going on, everybody? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. So today's video is going to be my account tour in August of 2021. So I've been playing the game consistently for about 3 years and 4 months, somewhere around that time. So it's finally time for me to go through my account, show you my champions, content progression, everything there is to know as to how far I am and what I plan for next in the game. So firstly, we always got to start out at the champions, and I'm going to go through this by each rarity. So 1 star, we have all the 1 stars except for Hawkeye, Jugs, and Vision. I mostly use these guys all for the, variant 4, Waning Moon with the rarity requirements. The Deadpool one I got through an offer. I'm not really sure which one it was, but you know what? I saw him and I had to have the trophy champ, so there was that. We'll move on to 2 stars now. Got a few maxed out ones. Iron Man Infinity War was my first. It was stupid because I used a 99 Sig Stone thing on him when I could have used it on a basic one like Hawkeye so I could get max Sig Crystals. But I've got a lot of cool exclusive ones. We got Spider-Ham, Immortal Hulk, Omega Red, Red Goblin, Angela Massacre, Elsa Bloodstone, Dusa, and just a bunch of other people. So you can see there. But I'm still missing a fair bit of 2 stars, as you can see. So move on now to my 3 stars, and it gets a little bit juicier here. We got a few more max ones. So Carnage was my first ever rank 4 3-star. I remember grinding for him in Arena when he first came out because I wanted him so damn badly because Carnage is my favorite character of all time. Got him and immediately took him up as my first rank 4 3-star. And that was before he was buffed, so he was still kind of poodoo, but I still loved him, his animations, and just him in general. So recently, we've taken up Strife, Shang-Chi, Cosmic Ghost Rider, took up Mangog for testing, which I greatly regret because he sucks, but to me it's a 3-star, so it doesn't really matter. The 3-star Guardian was really fun for testing. 3-star Quake is fun if I want to do like some skill solos. 3-star Loki for that Asgardian Shedder challenge, that was really annoying. And then other ones I use actually quite frequently are Odin, because I do not have him as a higher rarity, and I use him for synergies. And then who else here? Tarax I want to get as a higher rarity because he's really fun. And then I think just people down here, we got Purgatory, Overseer. Those are some of my new ones I would like to take up eventually. Probably Overseer over Purgatory because she kind of sucks, but you know, have to live with her. And yeah, that's about my 3-star roster. I kind of skipped through this part of the game, so I don't have a lot. I think I've usually gotten more later in the game, like now. I kind of just take them up for fun versus for when I need them for usability. So I greatly skipped over 3 stars, and that's why I don't have a lot of them maxed out. So we move on to 4 stars next. And here we also don't have a lot maxed out because once again I skipped through this part. So my first ever maxed out 4-star was Killmonger, and I remember it was so hard for me to get a tier 4 class catalyst. So when I finally got the 3 for Killmonger, I was so excited. Took him up, awakened him, and he was carrying my account for a while. He was a profile pick, but eventually I started getting more good 4 stars. Got Corvus, Aegon. I used them to take down the Collector back in the day. Recently I've taken up I-Bomb, Cosmic Ghost Rider. I might be taking up Elsa soon. Who else? Gilly 2099 for just fun ramp-up quests. And then Silver Surfer just for the novelty of it. So not a lot has changed in this roster. We'll go through some of my unique ones. I got a Kang from a gifting crystal, so he's really fun, especially because I have Apocalypse, so that synergy makes him actually pretty powerful. Let's see, who else do we have? I use War Machine for his pre-fights quite a bit, actually. And then everyone else is pretty much not used. I did get a 4-star Strife, which really pissed me off because I opened a 5-star dual-class crystal for the mutant skill. Got, I think, Stealth Spidey, and then I opened one as a 4-star right after, and I got Strife, and I really want Strife as a 5-star, so a bit annoying. But as you can see, there's a ton of 4 stars I still don't have. So I also just skipped this part of the game. I think I had, back in the day when I was going to start Act 6, I think I had Corvus, Aegon, Killmonger, Darkhawk, and Void maxed out. So those were my 5 as I was going through the end of Act 5. Those were the only ones I was using. I took up Archangel and Cap Infinity War a little bit later, but those were the main guys that carried me through all of Act 5. So I skipped over greatly this portion of the game because once I got my first good 5-star, I really just shifted gears into that side of my roster. So we'll move there now. And as you can see, I have a lot more maxed out 5-star champions than I do 4-star or 3-star. So we'll go through this right now one by one. So Doom was carrying my prestige for a while. I got him, I think he was around my 9th rank 5-star, so he's still awesome. I actually use him quite a bit in like monthly Cavalier because he still has a lot of use for my account. The 5-star Corvus is pretty much retired at this point. I don't really use him because I have the 6-star version. Sunspot, awesome. I love him. I use him a lot in that Mutant Cavalier quest, as well as just sometimes in AQ and just going around questing because he is a lot of fun still. Also, Realm of Legends just to test that special too because it is quite fun. Aegon. Now, Aegon avoided me for several years. I did not get him until I think this February, and I took him straight up to rank 5 because I still had not completed Abyss at this point, and I really needed him. So I did my first 3 paths of Abyss without Aegon, with Corvus as the substitute. And then once I finally got him, I took him up immediately, and it cost a lot less. So Aegon was a huge pull for my account. Thing was my 4th rank 5-star. Use him a lot on the line toward defense still. Total beast for that. And, you know, he is fun to test sometimes with synergies. And I actually did use him for Labyrinth of Legends back in the day. My team was Stark, Spidey, Thing, and the full synergies that made him get those, like, giant furies. So Thing actually did a lot for my account that I still forget about to this day. But you know what? I still use him now on defense, so I can't deny the impact that he had. Clairvoyant is close to useless. I took her up just because, you know, people are like, oh, she's one of the best Mystic champions, and I mean, I agree, but I don't run Suicide, so big useless for my account. Sometimes I use her in the Cavalier quest, but that's literally it. She never sees use outside of that. I did use her for the, what's it called, Sim Supreme Summer of Pain boss, because she just had one of the hashtags on her. But out of that, not a big useful champion. Nick Fury. Nick Fury I use all the time. He is one of my MVPs for Abyss of Legends, one of my Ps for Labyrinth. He is on Alliance War defense. I use him for monthly Cavalier. And he's just a total beast. Summer of Pain, I've done a few solos with him. He's so good still. He has not lost his relevance. Great for the Mr. Negative synergy, so he always comes in for that with Quake. And you know what? Nick Fury is always going to be used on my account until I get a 6-star version, because if I do, I will generic awaken him and then take him up to rank 3. So pretty easy for me there. He's still used a lot. Omega Red is weird. I always use him in monthly Cavalier, but outside of that, he pretty much has 0 use for me now. He is kind of a useless champion on my account, but I took him up back in the day because I thought I was going to unlock Suicides, and I still, to this day, have not unlocked Suicide, so he just sits at rank 5, you know, looking pretty. Next, we got Symbiote Supreme. Don't really use him. Used him for a Venom solo and Suffer of Pain just because it was an objective. Carnage, I recently took up, and I love him because he's so fun to play. You know, I posted a Labyrinth solo in under 6 minutes. Amazing champion, in my opinion, extremely underrated. So I've loved having him in rank 5 now. Crossbones, another recent rank up. A little bit annoying because you need Mangog, but, you know, aside from that, pretty good. Black Widow's actually been seeing more use because she is good for monthly Cavalier, and she's been a solid option for some of the Summer of Pain bosses, so she's seen the light of day recently. I'm going to start going quicker because we need to get to that 6-star roster, but Human Torch, still useful. Spider-Man, not really anymore. Longshot, very fun and niche. Colossus, used him a lot back then, not as much now. Ghost, whenever I see a node where it's a lot of debuffs, just take Ghost in. Warlock, I used him a lot before in Act 6, but not as much now. Roblin, I actually think he's pretty cool. Summer of Pain solos with him, and he's just very fun in general. There's an Arcus, sometimes. Sometimes I slap him on defense, just depends, but not a lot of usage. Havoc used to be my top tier defender, but he's kind of dropped off because he isn't the strongest anymore. Blade, literally, okay, this is a fun story. I was doing Labyrinth of Legends, and I took Blade up to rank 4, and I got roadblocked on the Electro, like literally 0 units, and I had like half health left on the Electro. So I straight up for like 20 days grinded out Arena, kept buying 40 unit revives, pushing them into Blade, and because I got so annoyed with the fight, I took him up to rank 5 just so I could beat it. So he is one of my most memorable rank 5s just for that story alone. So I don't use him anymore at all, but for that, he was my MVP. Professor X, awesome champ. I've gotten a few Abyss solos done with him. Quake, awesome, because she literally carried me through all of Act 6, but just don't really use her now, aside from the Mr. Negative synergy. I Hulk seen the light of day a little bit more. He is very fun, and I'd use him a lot for Summer of Pain, and he's also on my AQ team. Archangel is Archangel, so obviously his use. Same with Magneto. Sentinel, not really anymore, but you know what? He was niche for that Dark Hulk boss in Summer of Pain. Hyperion, I do use for Cosmic Cavalier. Hulkbuster, don't use it all because I have the 6-star version. And Sasquatch for funsies, and that's who I use. Now, rank up plans for 5 stars, I want to take Gambit up, Black Panther, Kingpin, Gilly, She-Hulk, Elsa, and Tigra. Not really anyone else yet, because I have a 6-star Sorcerer Supreme, I have a high-ranked Spider-Man stealth suit, and everyone else is just kind of a little bit poodoo. Don't need to take up Apocalypse for obvious reasons. But yeah, that's about it. I just got a Red Guardian recently, so that was cool. But I'd love to get some 5 stars here, such as like King Groot, Mojo, Medusa finally, Odin. So there's a bunch of guys that I really want to get, but we'll just wait to see if I get them in the future. So I'm gonna move on to 6 stars now. Try and speed it up because this video is already getting a little bit long. But Falcon is my most recent rank 3, and I actually have him as my profile champion right now. He is the highest. He's at Sig 45. So those are 5 Sig stones, but 2 dupes on the guy. So you know what? I haven't had to put a lot of resources into him, and he's already doing a lot. I use him in Alliance War. Attack, I use him in Monthly Cavalier, so he always finds a use on this team. He's just a solid champ. Corvus is either Alliance Quest or Alliance War. It switches daily. It's very easy to fit him into either, but not really general questing anymore. Apocalypse, he's my big daddy Alliance War Defender, and I use him on the daily for Monthly Cavalier, and I just use him a lot in general because he's so fun, and he's my favorite champ. Void is strange, but I've actually started using him in Alliance Quest, as you can see. I use him when it's the rogue boss because his debuffs never fall off, so it's a nice consistent way to get damage. Doom is on Alliance War Defense. I hate seeing those gold stars on him. I want to see them silver because once he's awakened, I got about 45 Sig stones, so I can just rush into him. Spider-Man Stealth Suit, I only took him up to rank 3 for Abyss, and I don't really use him a lot anymore, but I can't say I regret taking him up because if I ever awaken him, it's a nice prestige bump for me, and also he is still a really good champion. Use him for some Summer of Pain recently. Mr. Negative, as you all know, I friggin' love this guy. One of my favorite champions in the game, probably top 3 right now. So absolutely no regrets in taking him up, and I really hope I get him awakened soon. Hulkbuster, an absolute tank for Monthly Cavalier and potion farming in general. Just such a good champion, so much fun. Gotta shout out Monkey for taking him up. Cable is just the perfect option. He is my general questing MVP. I always take him in Apocalypse because he gets the fights done so stupid fast. Now, as for future rank ups, if I don't get a good Cosmic Champion after my Summer of Pain opening, Collabsini is going up to rank 3 because I use him a lot in Alliance Quest, and he's just so much fun. I love the guy. Spider-Ham, might not take him up to rank 3. Dragon Man, I really want to if I can get him awakened. Ultron, I definitely am, even unawakened. Hitmonkey, no thanks. Sorcerer Supreme, I'm going to take to rank 2. Black Panther got to level up. Groot, if he ever gets buffed, he is awakened, so we are taking him straight up. Bishop, I'm in the process of leveling up. Wasp I got recently, so I can finally use her with my Ghost. Carnage, if he's ever awakened, goes to rank 3. Sabretooth, doesn't see much use. Same with Symbiote Supreme. Now, Miles Morales is getting that buff soon, so even though he's not awakened, at least I have him. And then you can see at the bottom here just some Poodoo champions, but hopefully I can get that Ghost via the Tech Nexus Crystal, which is winning the poll right now. So that's where I'm at with my champions right now. Very good spot. Just need some more 6 stars that are worthy of rank 3. And now, just for the end of this, we'll go into content. So, as you can see here, I have all of Book 2 done so far. So, 100% of the first 2 chapters fairly easily. Didn't do Legends runs because that's not my style. I don't really have the roster for that. And I also don't have the time and boosts needed for all that stuff. And I'm too lazy to plan. So, there's that. Now, we go back to Book 1. Of course, I have all of this done. Act 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All 100%. Now, I remember Act 4 I did when it was still 3 energy per move, so that was an absolute crapshoot. I hated it. And yeah, that's about it for the main story. Now, go back here to the variants. As you can see, I have all the variants 100% explored. they basically just become free 5 stars because they're so stupid easy to do now with a expanded roster. And I understand why Kabama stopped putting them out because the recent one was a little bit lazy. So, I'm not complaining that they're stopping the production. And then we move on now to special quests. I have everything 100% here. So Realm of Legends, Labyrinth, Road to Labyrinth, and Abyss, all done. Abyss was my most recent. I got that done in about like February-ish when I got Aegon. And that's about it for content progression. So we can check here. So where is it? Summer of Pain is maxed out. I've done everything I need to, so I'm going to be getting those juicy rewards with the Tier 6 Basic, Tier 3 Alpha. And what is it? I think that's mostly it. I did the Grandmaster's Gauntlet 100%, and I'm going to be doing the final quest for Summer of Pain 100% as well. So last thing we'll do now is just check my catalysts. So basically, we're sitting at almost a full Tier 6 Basic and around half a Tier 3 Alpha. We have a lot of Tier 2 Alpha that I'm planning to use on a champion. Tech, we're a little bit low on resources right now just because I haven't gotten the good RNG with my Tech T5CC. Skill, we're a little bit low because I just took up Falcon. Mystic, we have one that we're probably going to pop into Dragon Man soon. Science, we are a little bit low right now because we did take up Mr. Negative. Mutant, we're halfway to our second one, which we are going to be using on Apocalypse as our first rank 4 once I form the other catalysts. So keep that in mind. I will not be seeing any Mutant rank ups until I get that Apocalypse going. And then Cosmic is almost there. So Obsidian or a really good champion for my next opening will be going up as a rank 3 6-star soon. So that is it for the account tour as of August 2021. It's going to slow down a bit because I am going to college and I'm not going to be able to play as much, but I'm still going to try and do a little bit, progress the account as much as I can, but this obviously starts taking a back seat now, so it's going to be a little bit slower before you see those next big rank ups coming or big content clears, but they're still going to happen eventually, and I will try and put out the content as fast as I can. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.